Welcome to Just Vibing Vibes. Welcome. Let's talk about health. Okay, I think today is gonna be like our last episode on health. We might talk about it later on, but I'll go back to let's talking about talking. How about that? Okay, let's talking about talking. Don't mind me, sometimes I'm ridiculous even with myself. Okay, so today I want to talk about what oil to use for deep frying and what you should use different oils for. First of all, the reason why actually this topic even came to my mind was I saw this video on Instagram. I'm going to put the lady's Instagram handle so you can go to her page and maybe watch some more video on her. She's all about health and all that stuff, holistic health. And also you can also follow I'm Surviving Vegan if you want more tips on health. I'll also put that Instagram handle here in case you want to follow those ones. But they are very, just know that if you want to follow, especially I'm Surviving Vegan, you have to be ready to be told that most of the things you're eating are not right. So if you're not ready for that, then my dear, just don't follow it. Okay, so now let's go into the oil. So first of all, watch this video, then we'll talk about it.
Cooking oil is something that we use every day, and what I'm going to do is clear up some confusion on the best oils to cook, saute, roast, bake, what the best ones to use. I have 4 oils that's in my house now, so I'm gonna run through these 4 oils. I don't have vegetable oil because vegetable oil is one oil you don't want to use at all. The vegetable oil is really either soy or corn. There's nothing in between. And with soy and corn, 95 to 99% in America is GMO. I wouldn't use it at all, especially the soy. I am anti-soy because soy mimics estrogen in the body, and women can start having more masculine features. Men will start having more feminine features. I don't do soy. A lot of people have hormonal imbalances, and that's one of the things you want to stay from. Anything that has soy. Corn oil, vegetable oil, gotta go first. I have basil oil. Basil oil I only use for salads, and the reason is because when you cook it, roast it, or use it for baking, the flavor of the oil practically disappears. So it doesn't make sense to use an oil like this, especially with how much it costs for cooking oil. And real quick, there's a smoke point for each of these oils. Smoke point means this is the temperature that I can cook the oil at before it starts to burn and release chemicals that could be potentially harmful for the body. Although basil smoke point is very high, it's around 500 degrees. Most of our ovens go up to 500 degrees. This oil is too expensive for me to cook with, and you're gonna lose the flavor anyway. Coconut oil. I only use this on my body. I do not cook with coconut oil. I might bake with it if I want some flavor from the coconut oil, but the smoke point, the point of burning, is around 350. Even though that's not too bad, I still wouldn't use it because it does release a lot of the bad cholesterol that's in your body. So I only use this topically. I do not cook with it. Grapeseed oil. This oil is the best oil to use for deep frying. But the reason why I would say only use this sparingly is because we shouldn't be deep frying anything every single day. If you want to use grapeseed oil, you could probably do it once a month. The issue I have with grapeseed oil, even though the smoke point is very high, it's around 400, 410, it's extremely high. And if the numbers showed on my oven, I would show you that it's actually higher than the oven. But grapeseed oil, the omega-6 to omega-3 ratio is way out of balance. We all know that we need omega-6s, omega-3s. The problem with grapeseed oil is the ratio is it's about 680 to 1. So for every 680 omega-6s, you got 1 omega-3. That's why I wouldn't use this oil every single day. Only for deep frying, which is something we should not be doing every day anyway. Last, which is the oil that I use the most to cook with because of the smoke point. Olive oil got a bad rep for being used to cook with. I don't agree with it. The smoke point for olive oil on average is between 390 and 420, depending on if you're using olive oil extra virgin, organic extra virgin. The average is 390 to 410. That's the smoke point. This is the best oil to me to use for sauteing, roasting, baking, and you know that there's not an issue with it because when you put it in the oven, let's say if you're roasting some squash, some zucchini, you put a little bit of seasoning on it, there's no smoke coming out of the oven when you open the door. There are some oils, as soon as you use it in the oven, the smoke starts pouring out of the oven, and then you already know that you're above the smoke point, and now it's starting to release toxic chemicals. In conclusion, number one for me to cook, saute, roast, bake is olive oil. It has a great smoke point, and it enhances the flavor of the food, and it doesn't release harmful chemicals in the oven unless you're cooking something over 500 degrees, which I don't even think my oven goes that high. But the smoke point for olive oil is safe. The ratio for the grapeseed, the omega-6 to 3, is crazy. I do not use this. I use this once in a blue if I want to make fried oyster mushrooms. Scott Body Bernhard, I'm gonna tag his page. He makes amazing fried oyster mushrooms. I used his recipe when I made mine, and I used the grapeseed oil for that because I deep fried it. But that's not something that I do every day. I could have did it with organic, but that's what I use that for. Coconut oil, only for the body. Basil oil. This little bottle was $7. I will never cook with this. I only put this on salads. I use olive oil on salad too. And that wraps it up for the oils. And that's why we try to get closer to the Mediterranean style of using oil. If you go to the Mediterranean, you see that they use olive oil a lot. And olive oil's omega-6 to 3 ratio is better than the grapeseed. This is too insane. It's all about balance. And you don't want a balance, a ratio that's about 680 to 1. That don't even make sense. So once in a blue, I use this one every day. Body, salads, no vegetable oil. It's all corn and soy. It's all garbage. More than likely, everybody and their mother is having hormonal issues. I have a lot of women that's reaching out to me about hirsutism, also known as polycystic ovarian syndrome. A lot of that has to do with the things that we're consuming that's changing the natural estrogen and progesterone in our body. Same thing with the men. Stay away from vegetable oil. Period. Point blank.
Okay, now that you've watched the video, now you've seen her explanation on oils and all of that, right? Have you ever thought about the omega-6 and the omega-3 ratio in oils? I've never really thought about that until I saw that video. I'm like, whoa. So I know that you get omega-3 from castor oil lots. Yeah, he's very high on that in that one. I think it's a 2-to-1 ratio. Yeah, but omega-6 and 3, but I didn't know that all these oils I have to actually not only look at the oil, but also look at the omega-6 to 3 ratio, and also the smoking point is also important for you to look at that. So that was really, really good, because you don't want to be getting toxins, like exposing toxins into your food instead of just having a good meal. So those temperatures that she talked about, they were in Fahrenheit. So then I would put this on the screen, but I wrote out the equivalent in degrees Celsius, considering that in the UK we use degrees Celsius, and also in Nigeria we use degrees Celsius. So you have both either in Fahrenheit or Celsius. I put both of them there, or Celsius rather. I put both of them there. Okay, one of the oil that she didn't talk about that I thought, okay, she talked about vegetable oil being from soya or corn. And please, soya is mostly 95%, like most soya in the world are GMO. To be honest, studies, they don't even know for sure if there's even any non-GMO soya anymore. But I think there would be, like in places like Asia, some Asian part, and also in Africa there will be some soya that is non-GMO, but most soyas are GMO, and also corn. So, but corn in Africa, I know there are lots that are non-GMO, so just be careful what you're eating. So that's why I would say soya with the estrogen thing, and you can read up on soya, or just read up on soya and see how soya can be bad for you. For women, soya can actually cause you fibroids, so just be careful what you put into your body, and you can read all these things just to be sure. Just do your own research yourself, so because that's not what we wanted to talk about today. Well, while she talked about some oil, I realized she didn't talk about sunflower oil, so I decided to check if sunflower oil, first of all, is GMO. But no, sunflower oil is not GMO, so it is organic. That's number one. That's one good thing. And then the second thing, sunflower oil smoke point is 439.6 degree Fahrenheit or 232 degrees Celsius. So it is actually higher than olive oil. It is higher than olive oil. It's higher than grapeseed oil that she actually said that you should use for deep frying. So you can actually use olive oil for deep frying. It's obviously higher than coconut oil. The only oil that is not higher than is basil oil, but it's higher than the rest of the other oils. So that's really, really good. And also I also checked palm oil is 235 degrees Celsius, which will be high in Fahrenheit, which is higher than actually sunflower oil. So palm oil is oil because sunflower is 232, so that is really, really good. So you can actually, so this is because we use palm oil a lot to cook. So when you're frying, one thing you need to notice now is don't let your oil smoke. When your oil smoke, you're releasing toxins, things that are going to be harmful to you, things that are going to increase your cholesterol with cholesterol level, which would also increase heart diseases and all the other stuff. You don't want that. So now, please, if you do not learn anything from this, please, whenever you are frying, make sure it doesn't smoke. Heat your oil up and fry. Do not let it smoke. That is one of the things that I think that if you've not learned anything, you can learn from here. And also groundnut oil called peanut oil. We use a lot of groundnut oil in Nigeria. I don't know, like I think if you want to use groundnut oil, please do not buy those ones that you cannot see. Those ones that you just say and they say groundnut oil, that could be vegetable oil made from soya and this thing corn. There's actually proper groundnut oil. You can see that one, like when you use that one, it actually smells of groundnuts, peanuts. So that one, the smoke point of unrefined is 160 degrees Celsius, but mostly the one we eat is actually refined ones, which is 227 degrees Celsius to 229 degrees Celsius. So you can also use groundnut oil to cook. So that is what I wanted to say. And those ones are all organic, they're not GMO too, which is really, really good. So for peanut oil, omega-6 to omega-3 ratio is 32:1, and for sunflower oil is 40:1, which is not bad at all. Then the omega-6 to omega-3 ratio for olive oil is 12.8:1. So olive oil, actually looking at all this for cooking oils, is the one that has the better ratio. So I think that's why you should use. And also I'm gonna put a video that's gonna be running right now as we're talking. You can see that in that video omega-6 is pro-inflammatory and omega-3 is anti-inflammatory. So that means omega-3 is more important than omega-6. So that's why you have to have your omega-6 your omega-3 high. And it's very easy to find omega-6 in so many other things, but to get omega-3 is where that's why some people have cod liver oil for omega-3 and all the stuff. Cod liver oil has a good amount of omega-3, and fish, some the fatty fish and all the other stuff, they give you your omega-3. So that is why people eat it. Some people even take you see the cod liver tablets and all the fish whatever tablet that people take just so that they can get the proper omega-3 that is actually required in their body. Okay, so you can actually always check Healthline to find this, or just Google it and then it's going to come out. So it's all from Healthline, so you can check it yourself. Okay, so palm oil has a 45.5:1 ratio, so 45.5:1 ratio. Grapeseed oil, like she said, has 696:1 ratio, which is like a lot. So that's why it's actually not really that much of a good oil. To be honest, I would say just leave grapeseed oil. It's not like I know anybody that actually uses grapeseed oil anyway to cook. So I would say either use your sunflower oil to deep fry, or you use your groundnut oil to deep fry, or you can even use olive oil. The olive oil is not that, So sunflower, I think our groundnut oil would be good. We call it peanut oil rather. In Nigeria, we call it groundnut oil. It would be good for you to use for your frying, and then just leave all the vegetables oil out of the way, and then use olive oil a lot to cook. Olive oil is really, really good. We can see here that is good. And then coconut oil actually do not have any omega-3. It only has is omega-6. So there is no omega-6 to omega-3 ratio for coconut oil. So maybe it's really better for you to just use it for your skin, like she said. I do use coconut oil for a lot of things. I use it for oil pulling, I use it for my skin, and mostly for my skin actually. I used to use it to cook fried rice if I want to have, you know what I mean, the coconuts fly in it. So you can do that, but just try not to fry it. I used to fry it then and then it smoked, so definitely I was giving myself a lot of toxins. So now that we know, then we're going to do better. So I hope this is a good roundoff, because I know that we like to fry things a lot. All those that are doing ayamashi, please don't fry your oil for the oil to be, you know what I mean, don't do that. So now please make sure that your oil does not smoke, so that way we can live a healthy lifestyle. The whole of this, the reason for this, and let's talk health, because I don't want to talk too much on health, because some people are very skeptical with health. They want to eat what they want to eat, and I'm not here to tell you not to eat what you want to eat, because it took some time for me, you know what I mean, to decide what I don't want to eat. But there's something else I wanted to say. I know a lot of people that eat a lot of soya product, because most people that I know, there are a lot of people that are vegetarians. So please do your research on soya. Soya is not that good. Please try not to eat soya. I know, like, instead of you to even eat this new generation soya, try maybe to just stick to the chunks, the Asian, the bean curds and all of that. Just stick to those ones that have been here for centuries. And also, the Asian people don't eat it the way we eat it, like every day. No, they used to eat it ceremonially. So that's another thing. So eating it too much is not good for you. That's one thing I'm going to say. So please stop. Try and eat your mushrooms and all the rest stuff. Just stop all the meat replacement things. Try as much as possible to stop it. Like, I stopped it, and then I stopped it last year. Sometime last year, I think around November, I stopped it. And then Christmas, I'm like, oh, it's Christmas, you can eat whatever you want. And there's a way they do it that is so nice. So I kept on eating all the bean curd that is made from soya. I ate a lot of it Christmas. Then ate New Year. After New Year, I'm just like, I just started eating a lot. But recently, I think end of last month, beginning of this month, I actually stopped again. And I hope this time I stick to it, because you don't want, like, your estrogen, you know, for something to kind of act like you need to really read on soya. I don't want to, because I have read on soya, but I did not intend to talk about soya today. So I don't want to give you an uninformed this thing, you know, like opinion. If I want to give an opinion, I don't want it to be my opinion. I want it to be like I read it recently, so that way I can be able to give you an informed opinion. But really, it's not good. It's not good for the men. It's not good for the women. It can cause fibroid and other stuff in your body. So just be careful of soya in general. And also corn. Try not to eat all them corn in this country. If you're in Nigeria, lucky you eat your corn. But if you're in UK, Canada, America, be careful with the corn that you eat, because most of them are GMOs. And also your fruits. Try to only eat the fruit if the fruit is seeded. See, according to Misha B, only eat fruits that are seeded. And for people that eat apple, I'm just going through the health thing quickly, because I want to be done with this. Apple waxed, so be careful. Most fruits are waxed, but apple is one of the fruit that we just eat like that, you know what I mean. It is waxed, so try and peel your apple, except you're buying organic apple unwaxed. You will see them, they sell that in Tesco too. I think it's £2.50 that you buy. Is about 5 or 6, so it's expensive, but then it's unwaxed and it's organic, so you can eat those ones. But if not, please try and see if some fruit, just try and peel the back. So your apple, if you want to just buy apple, you can buy normal apple, just peel the back before you eat it, so that you're not eating wax into your body. So those are the things, so those are the things, the tips I just wanted to give for today. So I hope this is really helpful, and please, you keep your cholesterol level good, so that way you're fine and your heart is beating and working properly. I'll see you some other time. Please do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Seriously, I think this is one video that you should share, especially the oil parts, to people in Nigeria, in Africa, in everywhere. Actually, because we eat a lot of fried food, like all the people that eat in McDonald's. I don't want to talk about the kind of oil that they use in that place. That's a different kind of oil. Anyway, I will see you guys some other time. Bye bye.